All right, let's play a little game. Uh, this game will require us to use deduction and our knowledge of conjunctions and disjunctions. Some of you will find this to be very fun, others not so much. Don't worry about it if this is not your thing. You will not see any puzzles exactly like these on any exams or quizzes unless they should appear on as a bonus question, something like that. But otherwise, you won't see this kind of puzzle anyway show up on a quiz or test. So if you don't love these, well, don't worry too much. For those of you who do, you might just have the right temperament to be a philosopher. All right, so you're going to visit this island. It is populated by two kinds of people, knights and knaves. Knights always tell the truth, knaves always lie. That is to say, knaves always say what is false. All right. Well, let's meet a couple of the citizens of this island. All right. So again, knights always tell the truth, knaves always lie. We meet two people, A and B. A says, I am a knave and B is a knight. B says nothing. From this information, tell me, what are A and B? They might both be knights or both be knaves, or might be one of each. I encourage you to stop the video here and to see if you can answer this question. All right. So A says, I am a knave and B is a knight. B says nothing. What are they? Well, if you came up with the fact that they are both knaves, good job. So let's break this down. A says this one statement, which happens to be a conjunction. It's an and statement. A says, I am a knave and B is a knight. Now, a knight could not possibly say that, because knights always tell the truth. And for a conjunction to be true, all parts, all the conjuncts must be true. That wouldn't be the case. Therefore, A is a knave. However, the first part of what A said is true. But since they were a knave, and knaves always lie, we know that the second part, the second conjunct, must be false in order to make the entire conjunction false. Therefore, B is a knave. Let's do another one. This one's a little easier. I think probably all of you can get this one, but I would like you to once again be prepared to pause the video and work this out. Same rules apply. Knights always tell the truth, knaves always lie. You meet two people. A says, I am a knight or I am a knave. B says, A is lying. What are A and B? So A says, I am a knight or I am a knave. That's what we might call a tautology, an obvious truth, because there are only knights and knaves. Since this is obviously true, I think A has got to be a knight. B says A is lying, but that's false. So B is a knave. Did you get that one? Please feel free, by the way, to email or text me about these puzzles. Maybe just to say, hey, I really enjoyed it and I got it right. Or, oh, this is very frustrating. Anyway, whatever your reaction throughout the class, I would enjoy hearing from you. One more. I think this is a tricky one. A says, at least one of us is a knave. B says, A is a knave. What are A and B? So this one caused me to slow down and really think about this for a bit. At first I just plugged in. Well, what if A is a what if A is a knight? What does that get me? And I was like, well, I'm not sure. Let me Wasn't obvious at first. So let me plug in the opposite. Let me plug in A as a knave and see if that gets me anything. And it did. That did lead somewhere. Yes, if A were a knave, then it must be false that at least one of us is a knave. But we're presuming that A is a knave. So it can't be false that A is a knave. So A is a knight. Once we run into a contradiction, we know that the opposite must be true. So A is a knight. And B says A is a knave, which is false. So B is a knave. Again, I think these puzzles are really fun. Some of you probably also think that they are fun, but not all of you. I think that these help us to think about deduction and to think about conjunctions and disjunctions. But you're not going to see questions like these on any quiz or exam in this class. If you're interested, please feel free to reach out to me. Or just Google Knights and Knaves puzzles. I found a website one time with hundreds of these puzzles. And after you get so far, there are Knights, Knaves, and Normals. Normals sometimes tell the truth and sometimes lie. And it gets very complicated. And if you have one of those brains that just enjoys sorting out all these little things, it becomes very, very enjoyable too. All right, that's all for this one. I'll see you in the next video.